Hello, once again. You are welcome to today's live. It's been quite a long time that we met here. A lot of things have actually happened behind the scene, and that has actually caused my absence for a while now. But I'm back, I'm fully back, and our journey will continue from where we stopped. As a teaser, today I will be discussing a poem with you titled The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost, as you can see on your screen. Unfortunately, I could not share the entire poem because of limited resources or the inability of my screen here to contain the entire poem. So, for the first part of our lesson today, I will discuss the entire poem with you. I will appreciate the poem in the second part of our lesson today. So, if you are ready, what I'm going to do first is to read the poem to your understanding, or to read the poem first so that you can have a glimpse or a gist of what the entire poem is about. Then from there, we will start with our analysis of the poem. And I'm going to spend the next 20 minutes to do that. So without wasting my time, I want to start now. The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. That's the first stanza. The second stanza goes, then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted way. Though as for that, the person there had warned them really about the same. The next stanza, and both that morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden back. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Good. So, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. It's a poem of decision making, a poem of confusion, a poem of taking risk, a poem of not doing what everyone is doing, not following the masses, not trying to be anyone or everyone else, but being unique, taking up challenges, taking up difficulties, trying to be you or trying to be a better version of yourself. Now, what I'm going to do is to give you detail by details or stanza by stanza analysis. So I'll do it stanza by stanza, but it will be very detailed or deeper. Now, the first stanza is moment of choice. The persona speaker. I'm using persona speaker because the poet Robert Frost is the speaker in the poem. So the persona speaker in the poem arrives at a junction, at a fork in a yellow wood. So yellow wood here suggests the season of autumn. It is a season that is usually associated with maturity, with reflection and change. Now, arriving at the junction is like a crossroad. where there are two roads that diverged. Divergence here, convergence means coming to meet at one point, and the direct opposite or the antonym of convergence is divergence. So divergence in this term means they start from a singular point or a single point, and then each one takes its own path to eternity if possible. So being at that junction or that crossroad, he regrets that he cannot travel both roads. Why? Because he is a lone traveler. He is alone. So he cannot plow, he cannot travel on the two roads. Therefore, there's the need to make a choice. There's the need to choose one. This is what that's why I titled the first stanza The Moment of Choice. He studied one path carefully and he tried, according to his words in the poem, looked down, I'm quoting, I quote, looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. So basically, what he's trying to say is that he observed, he studied one carefully, looking as far as he can before it bent out of sight, before he cannot see anything again. Then he decided to choose the other one. So the uncertainty before making a decision is captured perfectly here. The speaker wants full knowledge of the future, but as he looked down on one as far as he could, along the line his vision became blurred. The future is uncertain. It's not clear. There's so much uncertainty. He could not see the end of the road that he studied. Now, stanza 2 looks at rationalizing your choice. And the speaker persona here considered the second road.